Hey you guys, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to my channel. Now, as you can see, I did not have any makeup on, so I wanted to come here and show you guys how to achieve a particular look, a look that I did very recently on a video which received some serious compliments. So I thought I'd come on here and show you guys how to achieve that look. It's a quite an easy eye look, you guys. It's not that hard at all. The colors in the look, they are like apt for fall, you know, they are like berries and mauves. So I did review, so I'm using 4 eyeshadows in this how to look, and 2 are from Elcie Cosmetics. I did review these eyeshadows here on my channel. I will link to the review down below to the video. So it is this beautiful color, 2 colors that I picked up recently from Elcie Cosmetics, and then there's this mauve, like a frosty dirty mauve color that I wanted to use. And then the other 2 colors, let me swatch them. Let me just swatch them. This is the mauve color, beautiful, like a dirty lavender maybe even color. And then this is seriously the star of the show that I absolutely love. This is this magenta purple color. So beautiful, you guys. And so pigmented too. So these are the 2 shades that I will be using from Elcie Cosmetics. And then the look, I think this was this pink. I'm certain I used Poison Plum from Sugarpill, but I think the other transition shade that I used is this. I'm not like 100% sure. I'm like 90% sure. So I thought I'd use this particular eyeshadow. It's called Hotsy Totsy, and it's like a matte and it has lots of shimmers in it. It's like a blue base pink, like really blue base pink, almost to the point that when you shear it out and when you blend it, it has this purplish bluish tone to it. It's just beautiful. And then Poison Plum is this. You can see the dent. I don't know if you can see the dent there. It's all matte, so it's a little harder to see. It is a stunning purple, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful purple. So I thought I'd do that look with these 4. Now these are expensive. The Elcie Cosmetics pots. These, what are these exactly called? These are just called jewels, you guys. Jewels. And these are expensive. I think these are $22. So I looked high and low in my collection, and I could not come up with a dupe, you guys. Probably that's why I spent that money and bought these 2 colors. I do not have like close dupes, but 2 close dupes. This is not even close, honestly. This is like a very just far off. But this one is somewhat close, but both are from JD Glow Cosmetics. And this is Pandora. This may be the closest color we have. See that's way different, obviously. As you can see, it has a lot more purple, and this one has lot more berry. The Elcie one has a lot more berry, and this one has a lot more purple. But you know, just something. This is as close I could get, honestly. And the other one, which I honestly don't feel that way, or so let's scrap that. So this is, I thought that was closest, but still it's very far away from the dupe, is Plum from JD Glow, and that is that. Do you see? It's like, I don't know if it translates well in the video, but this is a very pastel purple shade, honestly, with gold shimmers, and this is nothing like that. But maybe just because both are frosty, they can maybe dupe each other. So yeah, those are the 2 shades. Let me just swatch the other one next to. So yeah, but no, they're not dupes, but this is as the closest I could get in my collection. So but I just wanted to give you guys alternatives, but for the eye today I wanted to use the Elcie Cosmetic jewel pots. I think they're called just jewel pots. Anyways, and these 2 colors as well. So let's get into the review. Not review, what am I saying? I'm like a robot just repeating the most used the most used words in my videos when I'm filming my videos. So This is the Urban Decay. Also, before I get started, there was someone who commented in one of my videos, I'm not sure which one, was very interested knowing how I achieve this literally no foundation, no concealer, or just no makeup base makeup look, you know, with the eyeshadow. Obviously with the eyeshadow I do use a primer, but just for the face especially. So I thought this video would be like perfect, you know, to show you guys how I do it. Now on my face I just have my you know, moisturizer, and that's it. Just this oily, very mild oily look that you see is just the moisturizer. And I have my eye cream on my eyes, on the eyelids. I don't use any other eye cream on the eyelids. The CeraVe eye cream specifically states that it can be used on your eyelids as well. So I use just that on my eyelids. And the under eye, I just use my, you know, serum, and not specifically for eye serum. You know, I do. Hang on. What am I saying? I think it's Andalou Organics or something like that. They have this luminous eye serum which has vitamin C in it. So I use that. For the eye, I don't think I use any high-end or very expensive skincare. I think I just use drugstore ones. So I'm just using the Urban Decay eye primer. That is the one I usually use. I use also what's the other one? Milani one. That is actually really good, you guys. That's only like $5 or $6. I really like that too. I just use very little, to be honest. I need some more. So there have been so many reveal videos recently on YouTube. I'm sure you guys, I'm sure everybody, anybody who's a makeup enthusiast and who's been following influencers and beauty content here on YouTube probably has watched a lot of them. And a lot of them, lot of people feel that, oh, I'm just bored of these. I'm just applying a little bit in the lower lash line. Just dab, dab, dab. Just no pulling at all, because, you know, I love to wear makeup, but I spend money on skincare too. So I don't want the makeup to undo whatever the skincare, you know, like helps doing, all the goodness that my skincare helps doing. So I just do the bare minimum. That's it. So yeah, I have very little just in the lower lash line, just for the product to just just cling on to the skin. So anyways, I don't know, you guys, I love watching these truth videos. It's definitely like an insider information. You know, you get to see, you get to know what's going on in a person's life. Obviously, even those truth is, maybe they don't tell you the entire truth. You know, I think the two most popular truth videos were Marlena's, you know, the owner and founder of Makeup Geeks, and that was from a owner point of view. And then there was one from Samantha Ramandal. I'm not sure if that's how you say her last name. So I think she did it in the point of view of you know, in fact she said the information that she said was, she mentioned it in everybody's point of view. I'm just using Hotsy Totsy. Do you see how pigmented that is in my, just above the crease, you guys? So she did it in everybody's point of view. But let's be honest, she is an influencer, so she's kind of biased being an influencer. So I mean, that has to be taken into account, you know what I mean? So, and also Marlena always says that she was an influencer who is now a brand owner, but let's be real, she is right now a brand owner. So she is obviously biased as a brand owner, like as a brand, as a company. So her views and her thoughts are obviously biased as a brand owner. So, and I'm just doing the same thing on this eye. It's just, especially on my skin tone, it's just the blue against my skin tone. The blue tone pink on my skin tone just pops, and this particular shade is a little bit powdery, but the pigmentation is like crazy, you guys. So that is Hotsy Totsy. And yeah, let's take the next shade, which is Poison Plum. So back to the topic, I truly enjoyed Marlena's video. I felt it was very genuine. Um, I do agree that she shouldn't be, blame the influencers for not uplifting her brand, because nobody owes anybody anything, Everybody's here to do well, you know. A brand wants to sell well, and an influencer content creator wants to sell her content, to a larger, wider audience. So everybody's here to do well, in their own field. So I don't feel anybody owes anybody anything. But if you feel that you want to support someone, go ahead and support it, but you shouldn't say that you owe me something, you know what I mean? So I felt there was that aspect to her video. But overall, I did really enjoy it. I did feel it was well made, and even the unpleasant things, you can say it in a very nice way, and people would stop and think and say, no, what you say is wrong, I don't agree with you. Or they would say, yeah, I agree, what you say is right. But the way you say things really, really matters. And I think Marlena really knows how to communicate things in a very, very nice way. That doesn't mean that she's manipulative or anything. Yes, I agree with some things that she said, and I don't agree with a lot of things that she said. So what I did was, I just extended Poison Plum in the outer V, and it just dragged it out here, not all the way. My guideline is where my eyebrows end, honestly. I kind of tend to go over them. I mean, what's the word? I don't know. Sometimes I might go like over here, but I would correct it with some moisturizer and just dab it and remove it. But usually this is my guideline. I don't cross my eyebrows, So up to my eyebrows maybe, and just pulling it. This is my crease, so I'm just dragging that darker color just to give a slight definition. Do you see the definition? So when I close my eyes, you can see the definition. So that's exactly what I'm doing. You could now after this, you could use a black just in the spot and smudge it to give that even more very rich, dramatic look, but I'm not going to do that. But what I really liked, okay, back to the topic. I just jumped and I just switched topics just like that. So what I really, really liked about Marlena's video was that I'm just doing the very same thing, you guys. I'm just pulling Poison Plum and then dragging it just in my crease. So what I really liked about Marlena's video is that she was trying to say that these influencers, the big influencers, especially the ones who have made this YouTube and their presence in social media itself as their full-time job, sometimes they get camouflaged as your regular consumer, like maybe a smaller YouTuber like me, or people who are just audience, who just view beauty videos. They kind of sometimes say, oh, I'm also a consumer just like you and me. But I think what Marlena was trying to say is, no, they are not a regular consumer. They also are part of the business. Earlier, the way I understood it was Marlena was saying that they are part of the supply chain, from the brand, the product being marketed and moved from the brand to the consumer. The beauty influencer is a major influence in between. They are part of the supply chain, which makes them also part of the business operation. They are also like a business entity, especially a person who, I'm just smudging this in the lower lash line. I'm dragging. This is just hanging just right there on my lid. So I'm just trying to connect that extension that I did right here to the lower lash line. I'm just connecting it, that's it. You could just leave it right there and do like a winged liner and make it dramatic. I am not doing that today. So I'm just smudging it down below. So yeah. In person it looks more intense. I don't know if how it comes across in the video, but in person the purple really looks true to what you see in the pan. So I feel that was a like really valid point. You know, they are also like a self-employed business entity. The major influencers who are, this is their living, this they are self-employed people. That is like a good business thing that they, you know, it's like a byproduct that was created out of this YouTube. And yeah, it's good that they're making use of it. It's good that they're capitalizing it. But that was something that was actually a major takeaway. Sometimes we just forget, because these major influencers let their personal lives, let us into their personal lives. You know, this is my home, this is my kitchen, this is what I eat in the morning, this is what I do before I go to sleep. This is my husband, these are my dogs, these are my kids. You know, they let us into their personal lives, so it's much easier for us to relate to them as like a fellow consumer. But really, if you look at the bigger picture, they're also a business entity, you guys. So they do whatever it takes for them to earn money. Not that it's a bad thing at all. A lot of consumers, I mean, a lot of major influencers argue that, oh, I deserve to make money. Yes, you do, but I'm acknowledging the fact that you are also like a business entity, part of the supply chain, you know. So you do whatever it may, you take the path which makes you the most money. That's what I think Marlena was trying to say when she says that they charge a lot of money. They do charge a lot of money because they are in demand. You know, just because otherwise there's no point in charging a lot of money. People would just, brands would just say, why should I pay you? You know, the reason brands are paying them is because it's much less, obviously, much lesser than using another channel. This is much more influential and much more, you know, it's better, and I think it's quite cheaper if you ask me, and also quite effective. So that is my, back to the how to the tutorial. That is my crease. That's pretty much is my crease. So you can see it's just blended beautifully. I honestly did not put a lot of effort. That's just, yeah, that's just it, you guys. That is the crease. Now let's get into the eyelid. So I'm pretty much, what I'm going to do is apply this shade in the inner and the outer corner of my eyelid, and I'm just going to apply the lighter shade in the center. That's just it. That's all I'm going to do. So you can see how easy this look is. It's just kind of a monochromatic look. So I'm using, maybe I'll use my fingers on one eyelid, and the next I would show you guys doing the look with my brush, eyeshadow brush. So I'm starting with my outer V. I'm just applying it there. Just doing the same thing in my inner lid. Inner 1/3. So you have inner 1/3, outer 1/3, and the center. Let's do this. What is this? This is Reubellite, and this shade is Amethyst. Yeah, the burgundy maroon, not maroon, burgundy magenta shade is Amethyst, and this is Reubellite. I'm just applying Reubellite in the center of the lid, and I'm just smudging it a little bit. There you go. Maybe I've applied a lot more on Amethyst right here. As you can see in the outer V, there's very little bit of Amethyst left. So I'm going to take a little bit of Amethyst again and go over it. Now the shape of this inner, the shape in which you want to apply this center highlight shade in the center of the eyelids, it depends. You know, you could just use it like a limelight kind of look just in the center to look as if that it's like a highlighted look, or you could just do it like this, occupying a lot of eyelid space, the entire center of the eyelids. You could also do that. So it depends, you guys, whatever you wish. Just switch and see whatever you like, whatever looks good on your eyelid, or whatever you personally like. It all depends. Just play around. So next, on the other eyes, I thought I'd use the brush. So back to Marlena's video. So all in all, I mean, it wasn't like an eye opener for me or anything, but she did touch on some valid points. That was just like, I think I swiped twice in the pot, and you get this pigmentation. It's pretty good, you guys. If you want to know more on these products, definitely check out that video. I'm just applying it all over, you guys. Not very structured, because I personally do not like these very angular structured eye look. I prefer like blown out, a little imprecise. So next, I'm just taking a little bit of Reubellite, just applying it. As you can see, yeah, that's it. They work well with the brush, with the finger. So on this eye, I think I've applied Reubellite just even above my crease, but the Amethyst shade just ends in the eyelid. So what I want to do is, it's a little disproportionate, because the Amethyst, I hope I'm communicating well to you guys, because this Amethyst just ends here, but Reubellite ends here. You know, I want it that I want a continuity, you know. So I'm taking a little bit of Amethyst in my blending brush, and I don't want to go too much, so I'm just moving Amethyst above, you know, to connect it with the Reubellite shade. Yeah, so right now, if you can see, it's a little bit past my eyelids. That's it. I think we have completed the eye look, you guys. This was the eye look that I wore in that video that I received lots of compliments on. I think this is like perfect for fall. Why does this side look darker than this side? I'm not sure. Hang on, let's figure that out. Yeah, I think now it's kind of even. So that is my eye look, you guys. I sometimes like to extend this shade that I have in the inner 1/3 of my eyelid, just down below in the lower lash line, just for some, you know, like matching. So I'm going to do that. Just there, just a little bit of shine. Leave it out, you can do that, doesn't really matter. It's all up to you, you know. Doing that extra things would lead you to do something different and more extra. So it's like a path to learning new things. That's why I do that small extra things. That's it. So I usually go with, hang on, I'm just trying to locate my eyeliner. I usually apply like a liquid eyeliner on my eyelids. Or you could just go with the lower lash, just eyeliner the lower lash line, which I never skip. Sometimes I have skipped, but it'll always look like I'm like ill, like I'm sick. So I never skip that at all. So this is from Melt, and their eyeliner is actually quite good, you guys. Not as fantastic as Urban Decay's 24/7 eyeliners, but these are good, like almost good. So I'm just applying it in my lower lash line. I'm going back and forth, but honestly, it has some serious pigmentation. You do not have to go back and forth so much. It's a good product. So this is, and I always like to blend it. You could just leave it as is, you know, just leave it as like very subtle, defining my lash line kind of a look, or I could just blend it. I'm just blending it to bring it down below and mixing it with this gray. I'm sorry, gray, mixing it with the purple. Do you see how it kind of turned a little bit smoky, like a dirty purple? And this side, it looks more cleaner, you know what I mean? You could do whatever you want, honestly. To make the transition more seamless, I'm taking a little bit of Poison Plum, the eyeshadow, and just applying, just going over the lower lash line again, so that, you know, I just want to strengthen that purple tones in the dirty blackish purple lash line. I want the purple also to be brighter. I don't want the black to dominate the lower lash line. So as you can see, there's my lash line defined with the kajal, and then you have like black, and then also you have the purple. So this is pretty much just touching up. That's all I'm doing. I'm just touching up the lower lash line. And you could apply, you know, eyeliner, the upper. Oh, hang on. I don't think I applied inner corner highlight. I'm using Pat McGraw's palette. Oh, this palette, I don't know what is this called. Subversive, I think. There's like a very beautiful purplish berry shade also here. Let's just swatch it and see how it looks. Actually, I think that is a pretty close dupe, right? This is Pat McGraw's, that purple shade in the Subversive palette, and this is Amethyst from Elcie Cosmetics. I think they are good. I think not bad at all, right? But I'm using this baked kind of eyeshadow, this one, as my inner corner highlight. Where's my brush? I cannot find my brush, you guys. Where did it go? You know what? Let me just clean this. I should be using a smaller brush, but I don't know what happened to the brush that I brought. So I'm just cleaning the blending brush and using it in my inner corner. Just closing my eyes. I'm just blending it also with this pink that I used as a transition shade. I'm just connecting the inner corner highlight and the pink. There you go. So it's all like connected. Just bringing it inside. You see, I'm just connecting it with the transition shade. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That is my finished look. Let me just apply mascara. I've been here a long time. I seriously need to speed up. Not a lot of mascara. Mascara, really? I hate applying mascara, I have to say. I just hate it so much. Just sitting there and combing over and over again. I just don't have the patience. But what to do? Without a mascara, you just cannot finish a look. It just looks very bland and not good at all. So what, like, I don't have any other go. I don't have a choice. And when I do like a dramatic look, I go with also like a lash primer, which in fact takes double the time. I have to comb my lash with the lash primer and then comb my lashes again with my mascara. So this is one of my favorite mascaras of all time, you guys. Stila's Extreme Lash. It's really, really beautiful. I'm just applying it in a hurry, so it just doesn't look very good, but just disregard that. So next, this is just what I do to my eyes. When I start with my face, I always start with, hang on, let me just wipe my fingers. A lot of glitter and eyeshadows before I start doing my face. I always start with a liquid highlighter. That is what I always do. I usually mix my liquid highlighter with a sunscreen, and that's usually my cocktail, like my base. Although I have a moisturizer, I always mix my sunscreen with a liquid highlighter. That's actually a great way to use up liquid highlighters if you don't know how to use up your liquid highlighters. If you have any at home and you're just like struggling to use, I always mix it in with my sunscreen. But today I'm not going out. It's 10 p.m. So I'm just applying Strobe cream on my face, just randomly dotting it. I have strobe cream chicken pox, or strobe cream pox. That's how it looks. Just a little bit, not a lot. I love these strobe creams, you guys. I have every single color. Now when I apply, strobe creams, I just go very close towards my lower lash line and clean up if there's any fallout just with my strobe creams. Or also you can also use these what are those called, those sticks with those cotton ends, cotton, what are those called? I don't know. Do I have any fallout? No, I think there was a little bit and I just cleaned it. Do you see? This is what I like. Pat, just takes away if there's like very, very little fallout. If there's a lot of fallout, you'd have to use a lot of moisturizer. That's how I clean up. Now I do not use wipes. If I'm like in a hurry, like serious hurry, I would use wipes, obviously. And then my face is a little tacky right now because of the strobe cream. So what I do is I go in with the highlighter right away. When I like an intense look, I think I should have picked a different highlighter because I'm using Chocolate Geode, which is like such a bronzy look, like a bronzy color. I seriously should have picked something else. I don't know why. This was the one which was closest, so I just picked it. And I've been using it a lot, you guys. I don't know if you can see like a dent. It has a serious dent. So I don't apply powder and then apply a highlighter. When it's like I have the sticky moisturizer thing going on, I just apply it on my face and then that way it intensifies. This is Elf's highlighting brush. So it just sticks with the skin beautifully. So yeah, and I have a lot of bumps. So I also I usually do not use a separate brow bone highlight. Usually use the same thing, just imprecisely applying it at my brow bone. I'm not using a precise small brush. I'm just brushing it there. That's it. I feel that way it kind of looks natural, like it blends easily. I feel if I'm using like a precise brush, just a little bit, just a little. If I'm using like a very precise brush, I would have to apply it and then blend it. I feel this is easier, and I like the way it looks, when I'm just blending things in like this, very imprecisely. That's it. I think that is it for the highlighter. That's how I apply a highlighter. I just don't take it too seriously, you guys. That's it. That's pretty much the reason why I'm doing this way. I just don't take it seriously. I love the glow, but I just don't take it too seriously. Then I have my Revlon Nearly Naked. This is my powder of all time. This is what I always use. There's like zero coverage to it, but it just kind of sets this oiliness a little bit, just to give like a demi matte finish. So I'm using an elf powder brush, which is like flat, and I just dab it in the rest of the face. I avoid the highlighted area. Just dab. And I obviously dab it also down here, because this area I don't want it to be oily looking. So now it looks like back. Let me set that fringe back. There you go. Now, yeah, now that I've applied powder, I never apply the blush. I'm just mixing up all the words today. I never apply a blush on like a tacky or like on moisturized skin. I always apply it only on like a drier base, like once I powder my face. I never do it before that. Today I'm using Flower Beauty's Flower Pot powder blush in Wildrose. I'm using this angled blush brush from e.l.f. again. I'm just dipping it a little bit. That is a lot, but just sweeping it. Just sweeping. I know I'm just not using the right colors today, you guys. A deep bronze and a blue toned pink blush. I'm sorry. I should have picked different colors. I'm just sweeping it. That's it. I like to mix my highlighter and my blush just in the apple of the cheeks. I don't know. I just like to do that. It's not a tested thing or anything. I probably will change it in a few months or years. I don't know. For the moment, that's how I like to do it. So yeah, just like a dab, dab, dab. That's it. Sweep it. If it doesn't work, dab, 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 whatever. When I sweep it across the cheeks, it looks very natural. After that, when I just pick it up and dab, 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 the dabbing motion intensifies it. But the product itself is really, really good. Very good product. It blends beautifully. So for a final touch, I never skip this step, you guys. I never do. This is Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Radiant Light. This is what completes the look. This is a finishing powder and I absolutely love it. This is Real Techniques powder brush, I think. So what I do is I just take a little bit and I just apply it under eyes, then just apply it on my cheeks, and my nose, and also on my forehead. Hang on. And that's it. Let's set that fringe back. That's it. I never skip this step. Hang on. I just set my mirror down. I never skip this step. This step really, I feel, sets everything and kind of brings everything on the same platform. You know what I mean? It just, because the highlighter is like more highlighted. The blush is more blushy. But the rest of the face is like just my regular skin. But this just brings everything in like in a even platform. You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful powder. Just, yeah, I don't think I can like do my makeup without it, really. It's very expensive, but it just is amazing, guys. The results it gives, it's very subtle, but you can see a significant difference with the powder and without the powder, at least on my, that's just my observation. Now finally, after I finish everything, this is when I do my brows, because I highlight my brow bone with this large highlighter brush. Hang on, not this one, large highlighter brush. So highlighter tends to cling to my eyebrows, so only when I completely finish my makeup, this is my final step. That way, you know, the highlighter doesn't like cling on my eyebrows, you know what I mean? So finally, this is like a sample product that I got from Benefit. This is like the Cabrow gel, I think, and this is in the number 5. I think this is the darker shade, like, so I have that. Let me just swatch it and show it to you guys the color. So that is that color. It's really good. Speaking of Benefit, they actually few hours ago, or maybe today, I don't know, they just posted a post on Instagram standing for Dr. Ford, you know, for Dr. Ford and her testimony. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just type in Dr. Ford on Google, and there's a lot of stories that you get to read, a lot of you know, point of views you get to read, but they have taken a stance for Dr. Ford and really appreciate it. You know, the way I applied it, I just dipped a little bit in this angled brush, and I honestly, I'm just brushing it upwards. I just want to darken my eyebrows just the tiniest bit, you guys. I'm just doing this in strokes. I don't like elongate the strokes or anything. Just the way I do it, I just apply 2 to 3 strokes, and I just look at it in the mirror, and I just keep going from there. That's it. I just don't do my whole brows and then look up. Usually I apply 2 to 3 strokes, look at my eyebrows. I don't want my eyebrows to completely change because it will change my face. It will like seriously change my face. So I just want to retain my actual shape and but darken my eyebrows just a tiny bit. So I'm just sweeping just a little bit of product. That's it. All I'm doing is that. Just looking at it. And I don't want my eyebrow hairs to go downwards. You know, I want it to go upwards, but not too fluffy. So I'm just doing this upward motion and then this. Not and then this. There's nothing then. I'm just doing this upward motion. Do you see? This is just pretty much my eyebrow shape, but just a little bit darker. So yeah, that is literally the final step. That's how I do my makeup. This actually that's pretty much it. That's how I do my makeup. So yeah, you guys, hope you guys. Oh, lipstick. The lipstick that I used in the video, this one actually aptly perfectly matches this eye look, which is Make It Rain. So let's put it on. Honestly, I'm not comfortable putting it on right now because my lips are quite dry, but you know, I'll take it off right away once I make this video. So let's just put it on just for, my lips are so crazy dry, you guys. Should I just apply the lip balm one while I'm filming this video? Because it does not look good. And these metallic shades from Smashbox are kind of on the sheerer side. They're not completely opaque. There is like a beautiful bright fuchsia shade as well, which is really beautiful. As I said, beautiful shade. And that's also kind of sheer. But you can easily build these up without the cakey effect at all. There's no cakiness to these products because they're so thin. The consistency is so thin. They have this perfect minimal amount of sheen. So yeah, there's not the perfect application. I could have done a better job, but you know, I am going to take it off like in a few minutes. So that is a finished look, you guys. Hope you guys found this video useful. I know it's like so long. Oh my god, it is so long. I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video. If you made it till the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you spending your very precious time with me. It makes me feel very special, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.